The Bishopric of Utrecht was a civil principality of the Holy Roman Empire in the Low Countries, in present Netherlands, which was ruled by the bishops of Utrecht as princes of the Holy Roman Empire. From 1024 until 1528, it was one of the prince-bishoprics of the Holy Roman Empire, constituting, in addition to its ecclesiastical aspect, a civil state within the empire. In 1528, Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor, secularized its civil authority and territorial possessions. History. Foundation. The Diocese of Utrecht was established in 695 when Saint Willibrord was consecrated Bishop of the Frisians at Rome by Pope Sergius I. With the consent of the Frankish ruler, Pippin of Herstal, he settled in an old Roman fort in Utrecht. After Willibrord's death, the diocese suffered greatly from the incursions of the Frisians, and later on of the Vikings. Whether Willibrord could be called the first bishop of Utrecht is doubtful, as James Palmer points out. There was no real concept of a well-defined bishopric until at least the days of Alberic. And while Saint Boniface is referred to in his hagiographies as the successor of Willibrord, this does not necessarily mean successor as bishop, but rather that they succeeded each other as missionaries to the Frisians. Prince-Bishopric of Utrecht. Better times appeared during the reign of the Saxon emperors, who frequently summoned the bishops of Utrecht to attend the imperial councils and diets. In 1024 the bishops were made princes of the Holy Roman Empire and the new Prince-Bishopric of Utrecht was formed. The secular territory over which it ruled was known as Sticht Utrecht or Het Sticht. This territory was divided into the Nedersticht and Oversticht. In 1122, with the Concordat of Worms, the emperor's right of investiture was annulled, and the cathedral chapter received the right to elect the bishop. It was, however, soon obligated to share this right with the four other collegiate chapters in the city, the Counts of Holland and Gelders, between whose territories the lands of the bishops of Utrecht lay, also sought to acquire influence over the filling of the episcopal see. This often led to disputes and consequently the Holy See frequently interfered in the election. After the middle of the 14th century the popes repeatedly appointed the bishop directly without regard to the five chapters. It was part of the Lower Rhenish-Westphalian Circle in 1527. The bishop sold his territories, and thus his secular authority, to Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, and the principality became an integral part of the Habsburg dominions. The chapters transferred their right of electing the bishop to Charles V and his government, a measure to which Pope Clement VII gave his consent. Under political pressure after the Sacco di Roma lordship of Utrecht, the Prince-Bishopric of Utrecht became the Lordship of Utrecht in 1528. Prince-bishops: Adalbold II, Bernald, William I, Conrad, Burchard, Godbold, Andreas van Cuijk, Hartbert, Herman van Horn, Godfrey van Rennen, Baldwin II van Holland, Arnold die van Eisenberg, Dirk I van Holland, Dirk II van Aar, Otto I van Gelre, Otto II van Lippe, Wilbrand van Oldenburg, Otto III van Holland, Gozevine van Amstel, Henry I van Viaden, John I of Nassau, John II van Sierck, Willem II Berthout, Guy van Abenis, Frederick II van Sierck, Jacob van Oudshoorn, Jan III van Diest, Jan IV van Arkel, Jan V van Verneberg, Arnold II van Hoorn, Floris van Weves-Linkhoven, Frederick III van Blankenheim, Rudolf van Dijfold, Zweder van Culemborg, Walraven van Moors, Gisbrecht van Brederode, David of Burgundy, Frederick IV of Baden, Philip of Burgundy, Henry of the Palatinate, Willem III van Enkenvoort, George van Egmond, Archbishops Frederick V Schenk van Teutenberg, Herman van Rennenberg, unable to be enthroned due to Protestantism, Jan van Bruhessen, unable to be enthroned due to Protestantism,